Great start, 2-0. They could have had more. If they produced that performance against Arsenal, do they get the win?
No.
Oh, OK, why not?
No, I don't think so, because the quality of the performance of Manchester United was there for everybody to see. The quality of performance of Man City that they provided was there, clear for everyone to see. But Arsenal haven't done that. Do I expect Arsenal to set up the way City do? Do I expect Arsenal to get done on the break like Man City did? No, I don't. Man City's back five, the goal, it's been phenomenal. It's been standout for them this season. They're so solid. So, listen, I think if Man United go there and play the same, can they get something from the game? Maybe. Do I see them winning? Is it enough to win the game? I don't think so.
Why were they so different under Carrick there than they have been under Amrin? Is it simply playing players in the best positions, or what is it?
Players in the positions, players stop trying to blame the manager, better application towards playing for the club. A number of things. What's gone on at Manchester United over the last 12, 14 months has been laughable at times because nobody's been there to take accountability. Fans are blaming the manager. Manager's saying about this formation with the players, and now all of a sudden Michael Carrick comes in, one game, plays players in the right place, so say. But that performance we haven't seen at all for the last 14 months.
No, and I know Roy Keane says don't get carried away, but it's hard not to for the fans at the moment because, like you say, that was a performance that they'd all been wanting. If Carrick does well in the next few months, can you see him getting this job permanently as the manager?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, and the reason why is for learning from your mistakes. With Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, this happened, interim, done really well, offered him the job, and then didn't take Manchester United to the next level. So maybe there's the one where they can learn from their mistakes. And this is not taking anything away from Michael Carrick. He'd done his job at Middlesbrough, then he's learned along his way. And maybe this is the stopgap that he needs to take his own career to the next level. And then does Manchester United job come around in years to come? Who knows? But for right now, I'm not sure it'd be the right thing for him or Manchester United.
But have they done the right thing in terms of going with somebody that knows the club in terms of this short-term period?
Yeah, because they needed to get in a position now where they didn't have time for a new manager to come in, add his ideas that are not including what Manchester United's DNA is. Michael Carrick's played and he's been involved with it. He's won the Champions League, he's done all that with Manchester United. So it was probably the right decision to bring him in rather than bringing someone from left field, I say, and that's kind of implement his own DNA on the football club.
This will be a real test for them, won't they? Like you say, against Arsenal. In terms of Arsenal, how many trophies do they pick up this season, do you think?
It's just funny. I think we talk about have these conversations. Can they win the quadruple? And the clubs that are at the top. I think that's so. I don't think it's a cheat. It's
you
there.
Want to say impossible, don't you?
Yeah, I want to say impossible. When you think about it, the good Man City teams, Liverpool, over the years, I don't think they win all four. I really don't. I think they win the league. I think that's pretty much done, if I'm honest. I think the gap's too big. I don't think the teams will break that down because they're so inconsistent. The League Cup is one thing, getting to the final. If Man City are on this run come February, who knows? Because Newcastle have got a bit to go. If they get the double, listen, if they win the league, that's the cherry on top. But if they win two, that'd be an amazing achievement for Arsenal this season.
Oh, Victor Gyökeres doesn't score that. He's on the move, he's going forward, he's gambling, and obviously he gets 2 goals, he comes off. And Gabby Jesus, look at these, just look at the numbers here. It's been a long, long time since he scored 2 in the Champions League. We're going back, what's that, last second, November 2023.
2 years ago.
So it's a long old time ago. So for him, it's a great moment for him. It's great for Brazil as well with the World Cup coming up. But I think for Arsenal now, it's creating more problems because Victor Gyökeres came in, he will expect to start. You've got Moreno who wants to be playing because of the World Cup. You've got Kai Havertz who wants to be playing. And this man at the moment is the one that's taking it off all of them. So a lot happening for Arsenal, but that train just keeps going. They can make 3 or 4 changes and nothing changes.
So you're saying that if you were Mikel Arteta, you would no doubt start Gabby Jesus this weekend in the Premier League?
Absolutely. Yeah, Gabby Jesus. Again, you have to manage him because he's come back off a long injury. Again, you try to get Kai Havertz fit. Look, Gyökeres has done nothing wrong, but he hasn't set the world alight. And when you're at the team that's top of the Champions League, top of the Premier League, you expect the strikers to be doing more than that. And great for him to get the goal tonight. He can enjoy that, but I just feel if you're Mikel Arteta, you know now I've got the hot hand. I need to leave Gabby Jesus in.
Troy's been very nice. Gyökeres for me hasn't hit the ground running, and for me he's been given a lot of opportunity by Mikel Arteta in the games that he's played, and we haven't seen enough. Gabriel Jesus, there's never been an issue with the ability that he has and the talented player that he is. His issue staying fit. It's keeping him fit for longer periods of time. I think for me, he would be the #1 striker that you would start with because his ability speaks for himself. And like Troy says, he's a fox in the box. He wants to score goals. That's what he thinks about, scoring goals, and he's going to get himself in the right place, in the right area, forward momentum, thinking about scoring goals and hunger for it. I have not seen that in Gyökeres right now. I think for me, he's trying to run and be a team player. But your job, and as these two would know, is your job is to score goals. If I'm a manager, that is your bread and butter. I expect you to do the basic of running, hard work and things like that. But I'm going to judge you by putting the ball in the back of the net. And if you don't do that, then you're not doing your job. And for me, he's had opportunities and good chances. Yes, he gets a goal today. But if you said you had to pick one to start with, Gabriel Jesus for me is the one that you pick. But the only thing is you worry about, like you said, you've got to build him back in slowly to get that fitness to make sure he can strong and be available for a long period of time. But he is definitely the better striker.
It's uncanny how many set-piece goals they're scoring and how much difficulty they put teams in. And these are some of the best teams in the world that they get all the footage. They have all the clips. They see it. And these coaches, by the way, in the modern day especially, they will watch these clips over and over again, especially from set pieces. They'll freeze it. They'll see where guys are, and they'll have an answer for it. Kibu is a young coach, but still, these guys are very smart at figuring things out. No one in European football or in the Premier League has been able to figure out how to stop Arsenal on set pieces.
Monaco did a bit.
It's actually crazy, though. I mean, well, listen, they can't score every single time, but it seems like every week we're talking about how many goals they're scoring from the set pieces. Like, today, they were probably up to that point when they scored the second goal, probably not convincingly the better team in that game. Inter were okay. They created a couple moments. But because the set piece is such a gut punch because you're in a game and you're playing all these phases of play, and then all of a sudden from a dead ball situation, from nothing, how can you mark the goal they scored today on the set piece? It's in-swinging cross to the back post. Trossard the ball's almost out to 6 inches from being out. He heads it off the crossbar, back to the post between defenders, and Jesus knocks it in. You can't defend that.
But it's also because it's inter-zonal. I think you could make it a lot more difficult. I think to make it easy for Arsenal, because we said it so many times, when you do zonal marking, if a team puts in a ball with the right quality and these players can have a run-up, there's nothing you can do about it. We already say Arsenal have players who are willing to attack the ball. I think Inter made it easy for them by all going zonal. Arsenal players start in the back. No Inter players are marking it. They're already in the zonal now.
I think everyone.
Sometimes some people do have zonals in 1 or 2 players and the rest are marking one-on-one or marking someone.
Would you man-mark everybody?
I wouldn't say man-mark everybody. I think there's 1 or 2 areas you can go zonal, and then there's another way where you can make players compete. Because like you said, Trossard comes and gets the header in the back. By the time that an Inter player tries to make it difficult for him, heads it against the post. And then because they're standing zonal, it makes it easy for Jesus to score. When you give players that opportunity, you know as well, you've been a manager. If you give some players an inch, they'll take a yard because they'll just stand there and be like, well, why didn't you go and attack it? Why didn't you go and attack it? It's got nothing to do with Inter, though. But
they do this every week to whoever they play.
No, okay, but for this goal, I'm talking about specifically this goal, yes. Other teams do make it easy because they do what they do. I've always said, when a team's going to be a bit more brave and take a risk and say, let's leave a few players up, let's see, and then give your...
Arsenal head into the clash with Manchester United under intense scrutiny, with fans and pundits asking the big question, can the Gunners still go all the way? Sitting top of the Premier League and leading the pack in the Champions League, Mikel Arteta's side have momentum, but this fixture represents a defining moment. United always raised their level against Arsenal, and any slip could reignite the title race. For Arsenal, this match is about mentality as much as tactics. Win, and they reinforce their dominance and belief as genuine champions in waiting. Lose, and doubts will start to creep back in. With form, confidence, and silverware ambitions on the line, this isn't just another league game, it's a statement opportunity to prove that Arsenal are ready to finish the job.